Hi all, welcome to e-learning port again. So we are going through some interview questions which can be asked and very commonly in interviews. So today's question is, what is difference between double equal and equals? So the question is, what is difference between double equal and equals method? Okay, so this is very frequent question in many interviews. Okay, so this question is always asked in terms of string comparison. Okay, but we'll go beyond string. So first we will discuss about the string comparison, then we will discuss about other objects comparison. Okay, so let's start. So we always say that this compares on the basis of object address. Generally we don't have any address concept, so there will be some object identity. Okay, so this refers to compares on the basis of object address, or you can say object identity, while equals compares on the basis of content, on the basis of content. Okay, so let's discuss about this both. We'll discuss one by one. Okay, so in terms of string, string is a class where we'll create objects out of a string. As for example, string s1 equal to Ram, string s2 equal to Sam. Even though it looks like it's a very normal kind of primitive data type, but you must be aware that string is not a primitive data type, it's a class. Even though we do this internally, it does something like this. Not exactly, but it does something like this. Okay, so this is an object. Okay, so if you print like system dot out dot println, if you print this is one, you will observe that you will get some kind of data, something like this, a string and some dummy values 1 2 3 4, something like this. In the same way, now I will write in shortcut SOP of S2. So again it will give, when you print this one, it will give again some kind of data in the same way, a string, some values, then 3 4 5 6, something like this. Okay, so this is called object identity. So this is called object identity. So S1 will be referring to this one and S2 will be referring to this one. Okay, but as per definition, go for this equal, double equal. Even though if this is an object where it again says that Ram itself, even though this both look like very same, but when you are creating the objects, it automatically creates a object identity value which will be different. Even though contents are same, these both identities will be different. That's why when you do something like s1 equal s2, you just replace this string something 1 2 3 4 equal string something 3 4 5 6. So you will observe that this is not equal. These both are not equal. That's why when we give double equal, it will return you false. Okay, so that's why whenever we use double equals for the comparison purpose in Java, it always compares their identities, something like this. That's why double equal will always be returning false, because whenever you are creating object of string type, as many times you will create, all the different objects will be having their own object identity even though contents will be same. So this object identity will be different, and double equal always compares on the basis of identity. That's why it will always return you false, even though it looks like it's very similar. So to avoid that, what we do, we go with equals method. So avoid this kind of object identity to go for content comparison. That means this is Ram, so and this is also Ram. So as per the content, these both are equal. So we always go with equals method. Okay. So how we will call the equals method? So we will call s1 dot equals of s2. Okay. This will always return true. Why? Because this equals is not comparing on the basis of object identity, this is comparing on the basis of this content. If you get a chance to look into this method, so what you need to do, go to the string dot class file. There you will find that they have written this method. They have written definition of this method which compares on the basis of content. Okay, that's why the difference is very simple. Double equal compares on the basis of object identity, and equals compares on the basis of content. So if you are trying to compare two contents, go always for equals, because this double equal will always give you different result. Double equal will give you false if you have two objects, because it always refer to object identity. If you do something like s1 equal to s2, then s1 equal to s1 only, even though it doesn't make any sense, but this will make you true because both identities are same. Okay, so this is the difference between double equal and equals method in context of string. Now let's look little bit more about this equals and double equal. Even though this whatever I'm going to discuss now, that is not a part of interview, but at some point of time in some companies you might be facing that. That's why just for your knowledge purpose and so that you can be perfect in this interview question, I'm going to discuss little bit more about this equals and double equal method. Now always remember the same thing. Double equal compares for object identity, equals compares for content. Okay, so this is about string, and string is a class defined by Oracle JDK. So in that string dot class, equals have already been defined. Now let's talk about little bit more about equals method in context of other object comparison. Okay, so before proceeding ahead for the equals method, you must know that there is a class called object, which is called parent of all the objects. Whatever object you are creating in Java, all object will be indirectly inheriting this object class. Even though you are not writing extents, this is invisible, but this object is parent class of all the objects with whatever you create in Java. Okay, this object itself is having equals method. Something like this. Here you will write the comparison logic. Okay, so this is the default definition of object equals method in object class. An object is a parent of all the objects. Object class is parent of all the objects you define in Java. So this equals method will be by default available in all the classes, whatever class you define. So even though we talked about string class, so this is also an class. You are going to create an object out of this. So invisibly this extends this. Okay, so if you want to compare on the basis of content for any object, you must override this equals method. That's why when you will go into a string class, you again see that there is method, again the same method, boolean equals of object, and they will give the definition here for content comparison. Why? Because this, the default equals method always compare. If you go into the object.class, if you find out the equals method, this compares on the basis of double equal. Compare on the basis of double equal. Okay, that's why even though if you are calling the default, if you are not defining here, if you are not overriding this method, the default method will come here, and the default method again, even though you have called equals, internally in this default method definition, they are comparing on the basis of double equal. So if you are creating your own class and you are relying on object this equals method that it will compare on the basis of content, that's wrong, because the default method for this equals is comparing on the basis of double equal. So again it will compare on the basis of object identity. So you must give a definition, you must override this equals method in your own class, then only it will compare on the basis of content. In the same way, whatever I told you, string, all the wrapper classes are having equals method. So like wrapper classes are like integer, double, they all are having equals method. Okay, now let's see, if you are trying to create your own class and you are again trying to compare on the basis of content, what we need to do? Just remember this segment, that this is having their own object class, is having their own equals method which compares on the basis of double equal. Suppose there is something like class A. So as I told you, all the class internally implement the object class. So again here will a method will be carried from object class public boolean equals this I have written, but this will be automatically inherited from object class. Automatically object class. Okay. If suppose, okay, just forget. I'll discuss that in at later point. Okay. This equals method. If suppose now if you are creating two objects of a1 equal to new a2 equal to new a. Now if I am doing something a1 dot equals a2, you know what it will return? It will return false. Why? Because this object equals method had been not overridden, had been inherited from the object class. So this is having the default behavior. Again, it's comparing on the basis of double equal. So if I want to compare on the basis of content of this A class, then I need to override this equals method. Okay. So let's see what I'm trying to say. Suppose now this is not automatically inherited. In the class A, I'm going to write class A. Suppose there is something like int data. For time being, I'm initializing it with 10. Suppose, just for suppose purpose, I'm making it. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to override. Why we are saying it override? Because this equals method is already available in object class, and that object class is internally inherited by A. So we need to override this. What we need to do? You know, this object, this is of object type, so you need to typecast that to a string. So what you can do? String, sorry, this is int type. So here you need to write an logic to compare this one. So what you need to do, again, this is an object type, an object has been passed, so definitely you cannot typecast it to directly to primitive data type. What you need to do, you need to typecast it to integer, or I will take example of again string data. So you need to first take string temp equal to, we need to typecast it to O. Now again, I have already told that this string is already having their own equals method. So what you can do here, return this dot data dot equals of 10, which will again call the default method behavior of string class. And remember, I have already told you that string class has already overridden this equals method to make the comparisons. Okay, so why I did it here? Because if you want to compare a1 equal to new a2 equal to new a, and you want to compare a1 dot equals a2, so it should compare on the basis of this data. not on the basis of a class's object identity. Okay. So after this, what you can do, a1 equal to new a. So a1 is an object where it is having data equal to hello. A2 equal to new a, where a2 will be again an object where data equal to hello. Okay. Now when I will call a1 dot equals of a2, what it is going to do, it will compare on the basis of this content, because you have what you have written, this dot data always refer to this class instance member dot temp is the parameter you have passed here. Okay, so this will do the equals operation on the basis of this string, whatever string has defined, whatever they are returning on the basis of content, the same thing is going to return from this class A equals method. If suppose you have not overridden this one, if suppose you have not overridden this one, and even though you are going to do a dot equals of a2, if you have not overridden this, then it is going to take the default behavior of equals. So again, if that is like, if you have not overridden, then this will be false, because this is inheriting the equals method of object class, and object class equals method comparing using the double equal operator. So here you need to make your own data comparison logic, your own data comparison logic, so that this equals method will work perfectly. So you can have a number of data here. Okay, you need, in the equals method, you need to compare on the basis of all those data, whichever makes the object, means you think whichever will be useful in identifying the object. You need to compare all those things here in equals method, and then you need to return the response accordingly. Then only this equals method will compare on the basis of content. So if again I told you, I will repeat everything in one more shot. So for a string we have directly used equals method. Why? Because a string class, if you go and see in a string dot class, it has already overriding equals method. So this is also not having default implementation of object class equals method. So to make the compare, if you are writing your own class and you want to compare the object of the same class, you need to override equals method. You need to give your definition for comparison on the basis of content. Then the equals method will work in the case when you are defining your own classes. Okay, thank you very much for watching this. Please like and subscribe, and if you have any question, do comment in the comment box. I will give an appropriate reply as soon as possible. Okay, thank you very much.